Hey guys, so today I have my friend Isabelle. She's leaving for Belgium tomorrow and I wanted to say bye to her and also do a vlog with her to interview her about her experience here in Peru. So I wanted to talk about the differences between Belgian culture or European culture as opposed to Peruvian culture from her point of view.
Yes, I feel qualified to talk about this because I've been traveling here for a month now. I have encountered a lot of tourists, other travelers, but also a lot of Peruvians. So I got like my fair share of South American / Peruvian culture here.
Okay, so what would you say was the worst thing here? Let's start with the bad
stuff.
stuff.
Why do you start with the bad stuff?
So we can end on a good note.
Okay, yeah, that's a good idea. So the first thing that I don't like about Peruvian culture is that people are not on time. I love being punctual. I was raised really punctual, like we would always be early everywhere. Here in Peru, it's not like that. People say like Peruvian time here, that like if you meet up at 6 and Peruvian time is like, I don't know, 6:45 or 7,
no.
Maybe later.
Yeah, it's later.
Yeah, look, like I don't even know. So yeah, the punctuality is, people can work on this here for sure.
Okay.
The second thing is that all the haggling for prices.
Yeah.
So at markets, in taxis, even like I noticed in like these little night shops, where I would get a bottle of water, they would raise their price. Like in Cusco I experienced this. I was like, oh my god, this is like a lot of money for a bottle of water. And it's just because, yeah, they see you're a tourist and they raise their prices.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's messed up.
Yeah. And so as a foreigner, you pay a lot more money. For instance, at Machu Picchu in Aguascalientes, you pay the tourist price. There are different prices for Peruvians and for tourists, which bothered me a bit.
And there were big differences too.
Yes. Like for the train, Peruvians could take the train for like 10 soles or 15 soles, and for us it was like, we were lucky, we got a ticket for $45, but there were tickets up to $350.
Wow.
Yeah. And the Peruvians could take it for like 10 soles.
I swear, maybe it's $10. It can't be that cheap.
It was really cheap. Yeah, for the local population, everything was super cheap.
Wow.
Yeah.
Struggles.
Okay, what else? Okay, now I feel so negative.
It's gonna be like 10 negative things and like 3 positives.
No, that's not true. Another thing that I didn't like are the street dogs. But I don't know, is this culture or...
Coming from a vegan. I don't like street dogs.
Yeah, it's just not nice, you know, like especially in Cusco, it was really bad. The street dogs, they would bark the whole night, and yeah, like I had a bad experience with street dogs. That's why they bother me so much. If I didn't have that bad experience, like a dog came up to me, it was really aggressive to me. Like that made me really scared. So yeah.
And they're a bit dirty too, and sickly as well. So, and then they all run in packs, so it's kind of scary if you're walking alone at night on a desolate street and there's nothing but a pack of dogs.
I know, it's
You're
awful.
like, oh my god.
Yeah, like in Europe. Okay, I know Greece has a really big street dog problem too, but in other European countries, no. Especially in North Europe, there are no street dogs, hardly any.
No, I'm just kidding. Okay, what else? What's another negative?
Let me think. Yeah, it's more like with the prices, you know, with the haggling that like they.
Do you want to talk about your airport experience?
Yeah. So I arrived like 2 days ago here from Cusco to Lima, and I got a cab, but I don't take the cab right in front of the airport. I walk a bit further to get like a cheaper cab, because the ones right in front of the airport, they're like
really expensive.
Yeah, really expensive. So anyway, like the rule here is like you negotiate the price before you get in the cab. I did this. I said like 40 soles, and it's like, okay. I get in the car, we do the small talk, me with my really limited Spanish. And I tried to talk to him, connect a bit with him, and we were almost at my destination, and all of a sudden he asked like, do you have dinero? Do you have like the exact amount? I'm like, yeah, and then he says, dólares. I'm like, no, it's soles. We didn't, and he's like, no, we said dólares, and I was discussing with him. So that's like the thing, you know, there's absolutely no control. In Europe, you have the taximeters, and it's really easy to, like, if you have a bad experience, like to contact the company and say like, I had a bad experience with this taxi driver, but here, like, who's gonna check it?
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Is there anything else you would like to say? Anything that you didn't like in terms of maybe food or the people, how they treated you?
So another thing, yeah, like
we're gonna have to do 2 parts to this video. It's getting long already.
Yeah, no, the way people handle food here is totally different than in Europe. Food is out on the street, it's not refrigerated. It's you also have to be careful if you order like a juice and it's prepared with water. They use tap water, they don't use filtered water. And as a European, I was sick here too, because the water, you can't drink the tap water here. So that's like stuff you have to take into account. Or if you get like raw vegetables, they wash it with tap water too, so you get it inside too. Yeah.
Anything else? How were the people? Like, how did they treat you? Anything negative, or you want to start with the positives already?
Yeah, let's start with the positives.
Okay.
So, the sincere Peruvians that I met are super sincere. They really want to help you. They are really nice to you. You feel really welcome and warm, and that's just like amazing, you know, that you can have like such a strong connection with someone like very fast. While in Europe, it's like we keep our distance. We look from like a distance, and then we see like, is this person nice?
Yes.
Like,
can I trust you?
Yeah, can I trust you? Like, it's really, it takes a really long time for a European to like trust you and be open with you. And here people are so warm and welcoming, and yeah, and they always come up to you to have a chat, and I enjoyed that so much. And that's why I felt bad that my Spanish wasn't better, because people want to get to know you, they're interested in you. It's so nice. Like, yeah, like in Europe people don't talk that much.
They don't chat you up so
no.
much.
No. And that was like and then there's also like a really strong family culture here, I've noticed. But I think it's also because of the religious aspect. People are really religious here, so I guess like these strong family ties and religion, it all goes hand in hand, I feel. That's something that I really appreciate. And yeah, then like the abundance of food here and the landscapes, the high quality of food. The landscapes are like, I've been in Cusco, like 3 hours south. I was in the mountains, and I met Quechua people there who live in these small communities with 20 families in these small houses, and they just have like hundreds of llamas and sheep, and that's like how they live, you know. And it's such a radical different way of living, but they don't use money, and they have these strong family connections with their animals and with the land, and they live like in a, it's amazing how they live, and I really appreciate that alternative way of living without money. They just do trade. It's really interesting. Yeah, I think like in Europe, we are spoiled with choices. You can choose to have a family, you can choose to divorce, you can choose to do this, and I think because these people in the mountains, they have less choice. Like, you can see that as a negative or a positive thing, but I feel that they see it more as a positive thing. Yeah.
Did you want to mention something else about how, what did you say, I think a couple days ago? Oh yeah, about how people here have to hustle.
Oh yeah, this is something, like for me this is negative. It's really hard for me to see the children and the old people on the street. In Cusco too, before I left, like this old man with like how do you call it?
Hunchback?
A hunchback.
Yeah.
Like walking around with some pieces of watermelon trying to sell it to you. It breaks my heart, you know? And these children on the street, like people, if they don't do anything, they have nothing. It's as easy as that. And I also I see women from early in the morning, late at night in their market stalls trying to sell stuff, and then you see in the stall and there's a cardboard box with 2 kids in because she doesn't have a babysitter.
Wow.
And or other people like old women, they're falling asleep because they're just trying to sell, and it's so hard for me to see that. Yeah.
But I think looking at the positive side of that, it shows people to work hard for what they've got,
Yes.
rather than expect it to be given like some people in some countries.
Yes, in in Europe we get a lot,
Of assistance.
and we don't have to work that hard for it, and people don't realize it.
I think that's one of the things that really got on my nerves about European culture, especially when I was dating a Dutch guy, and he would tell me about how in the Netherlands they already work very few hours as it is, and on top of that they complain or something about the hours that they work. It's like less than 40 hours a week,
Yeah.
and they're complaining about it. I'm like, really? Like, people here have to work hard day in and day out, 6
Yeah.
days a week, 12 hours a day or more, to earn crap.
Yeah, not a lot of money. I would see the same people from early in the morning, late at night, out on the streets selling their merchandising like food, or people are so inventive here.
Yeah.
The stuff that they sell, it's like, I was talking to this girl who has been living here for 4 years too, and she told me that people are so, it was a guy and he was selling this tea for hemorrhoids or something,
Oh
and he
my
was
God.
yeah, it was awful, she said, but he came on the bus with a microphone and a speaker, and he started telling his story something super personal about his disease, but at the end people on the bus, they were like, oh my God, yes,
Yes. Give me that.
yeah, it's amazing what people try to sell here.
Yeah.
The more
You have to.
You cannot even imagine that. I was thinking why are they selling this on the street, you know?
You have to do it. You have no choice.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's, in a way, it's amazing. Everyone is doing something, you know? Yeah.
It's awesome. Any last comments to wrap up?
It's, as I told you, Peru is a beautiful country. It's with warm people, but it's absolute chaos. Absolute chaos.
It's beautiful, warm chaos.
Exactly. Yeah.
All right. You want to let them know where to find you?
Yes. So I have a Dutch channel, Isabelle Follows the Fruit, which is vegan focused, and then I have my main travel vlogging channel, YouTube channel, also a bit vegan focused, but it's more general videos, and it's my full name, Isabelle Geldof. You'll find it below because everyone spells my last name.
I'll put it in the description. All right. Thank you, Isabelle, for being with me. So if you like this video, definitely give this video a thumbs up or a like. Be sure to subscribe if you want to see more videos on travel tips for when you come to Peru. And if you want to stay in touch with me through social media, you can always do that. So thanks again, guys, for watching. See you soon. Bye.
Thanks, bye.